What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware, so any topics, email them to me at tishadediva@gmail.com.
Good morning, you all, and welcome back to another season and another episode of This is for My Ladies podcast. I am your lovely host, Tisha the Diva, and I just want to thank you all for just continuously tuning in every single Tuesday or whatever day of the week you all listen to This is for My Lady podcast. But I just want to thank you all. Like, it is December. Literally, like, we are wrapping up a chaotic 2020, if I must say. But you guys, I am extremely blessed to literally have my health, my strength, still have my family, although I did lose a loved one. Rest in peace to my Aunt Margie, who passed away in March. She did die from cancer. Breast cancer, and I believe it was liver cancer. She was told months prior that she would only have like 6 months with us because they pretty much kind of caught everything a little bit too late. But needless to say, you all, it's very important to make sure that as women, we are always making sure that we get those mammograms, that we do our self-breast examinations, that we are going to get those physicals, that we are asking our doctors to run those tests, that we are asking those questions, that we are asking them to note and document any type of charts that we have our medical history charts records, so that that's always noted. And also, on a very lighter note, I do want to take this time. It is Sagittarius season. We're, still in Sagittarius season. I want to wish my aunt a happy birthday on today. She turned 35. I just want to say that my aunt literally is the epitome of, if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. I don't care. You're not going to move me. You're not going to shake me. If this is how I feel, true to my core, this is just what it is. She has definitely taught me to always put yourself first, no matter what, first and foremost. And I mean, she has just literally just taught me that no matter what it is, no matter what your passion is, just go after it. Even if your passion changes, if it switches, if it no longer serves you, if you given it your 100% and you still not rocking with it, it's okay to move on, to find what it is that you love. And I'm grateful to have that. I'm grateful to have an aunt that literally just teaches me those type of, morals and values. So definitely thank you for that, and happy birthday to my aunt. And another happy belated birthday to my brother, who celebrated his birthday on December 4th. My apologies. Happy birthday to him. My brother turned 24. I am extremely proud of him, and just the growth that he's experiencing as a man. And, granted, when we become adults and come into adulthood, there are things that, we go through, that we experience, that literally shape us to the adults and the human beings that we are. And, I understand, just even as a man, they experience certain things, but I just want to say that I am extremely proud of him and everything that he's going to do and everything that he's, working on. Like, I am extremely proud of him. I am his biggest fan, and I am certainly, cheering him on to be the best man that he knows how. And to be a great, husband, if that's what he so desires and chooses, and a great father, if that's what he so desires and chooses. I just want him to be the best overall. So, also with that being said, so happy birthday to all the Sagittarius out there. I am a Sagittarius moon, so I kind of feel like it's, partially my birthday too. But at any rate, speaking of, other Sagittarius, and, some of you all, some of my audience may know who it is and may not know who it is, but the only reason why I'm speaking on it is because of the person that this person is tied to. Now, y'all know I don't be want to get into celebrity gossip, but I mean, I just really have to mention this. So there has been, recent rumors, in the celebrity gossip world that rapper Lil Baby has cheated on one of his baby mamas, Jada, with a porn star. He paid her $16,000 to have sex with her. This porn star is a Norfolk native. So I've discovered. She was on Twitter. She was saying that people, assume that she's from Atlanta, Georgia, when she is a Norfolk chick. And, at the end of the day, I'm not saying that I condone anybody cheating on their significant other, their spouse, their baby mama, if they're in a relationship. But I am, happy for sis that she was able to come up on 16 grand. And she's from Norfolk. I mean, listen, ladies, it's being from Norfolk, like, it is not hard to get to these men of status and all that stuff just because, you from, one of these smaller cities. Norfolk is still the melting pot, okay? Like, listen, it is still the creme de la creme. It is still for the elitists. That's how I just feel about my Norfolk people. I mean, I just feel like, that we are the bomb, that we are everything. We just have that je ne sais quoi. Granted, I wish, sis probably wouldn't have, fumbled the bag by opening up her mouth. But I mean, it is what it is. That's just the life that we live in. We just live in that society where anything happens where, you're attached to a celebrity or anything, people talk about it, people speak about it, they speak on their bodies. And I don't think anything is wrong with that, especially for those women who are sex workers. I mean, she's a porn star, you guys. She's a sex worker. I could definitely understand, her wanting, to disclose that. Now, I did hear that sis did sign a NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, so she's probably going to be sued. So, I mean, that 16K plus whatever damages that she did to said baby mama, sis is going to have to pay. Sis is definitely going to have to pay. But, is that no different from, the Selena Powells and the, what's those other girls' names that used to be like, in the tabloids and in the gossip media who sleep with these rappers and these ball players? And they still, people was just like, ain't no rappers or nobody gonna want to mess with her. Yes, they are. They still are gonna want to mess with her. I seen some of the videos and sis be throwing it, okay? Like, just because she said what she said, that does not mean that men still are not going to want to have some sort of sexual relations with her. So I don't think that's stopping anything. And sis, if that's your profession, if that's what you do, by any means necessary, get it how you live, if that's the way that you get it. And who are we to, judge or anything like that? This is for my ladies, like we're raw, filled, and untamed. My thoughts, your thoughts, my thoughts may not be your thoughts, but at the end of the day, this is a place. This is for my ladies, where we talk about those things. Some people may not agree with everything that I say. And I'm not saying that, all sex workers need to be. No, I'm not saying that at all. But when it comes to that life, when it comes to being any rapper's baby mother, wife, girlfriend, significant other, side piece, whatever, I just feel like unless that man is a man of discipline and a man of respect and a man of honor, then, we could see how, that they, care and value their wife and their relationships, or, whatever significant other. But for the most part, it's kind of, what you're getting. You know what you're getting into when, you decide to get with the rapper, or, even if you were with a entertainer, ball player, anything before, the fame and all that stuff or whatever. If you already know your man won't shit before the fame, you already know he's not going to be shit after, until he grows up, until something happens, until something clicks, until, he gets to that point where, what, it's not worth it. We see a lot of, entertainment, men in entertainment that literally has been in the media for cheating on their wives and all that stuff or whatever. I mean, we've been seeing it for forever. And these men eventually, come to their senses and understand, like, what, this is my woman and I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to see her like this, or I almost lost my woman. I don't want to feel like this, so eventually they come into, a place of, I'm going to respect my wife. But some of them don't. Some of them don't. And we see that, and not necessarily white, but we see that in rappers like Future, who have multiple relationships, multiple baby mamas, and there's receipts of him, telling people that by Friday, no excuses, meaning abort mission. Friday, no excuses and all that stuff. Money isn't the issue. What you want? $1 million, $2 million. $2 million a storefront and a monthly income. What? Pain and distress. Because if I'm going to get rid of something. But I mean, honestly, for real, and we judge these women about, like how y'all knew that, this man wasn't taking care of their kids and all of that stuff or whatever. And some women don't care about that. We can't be mad at that, y'all. Like, we literally can't be mad at that. The thing about it is, women know. Women know, men know. Women know that if a person isn't taking care of their kids, they know if they decide that they still just want to be with the person like that. But you got to also put those women in a category too. Like, if you messing with a man that isn't taking care of their kids, don't see their kids, then who's that to say, about your character? Just call it what it is. You're just as a deadbeat as this person. You're just as toxic as this person. And and some people are okay with that. Some men like getting with women who's not going to pressure and ask them about their kids. I get with you and you have kids, and I see that you're not, stepping up to the plate as if I would like a man to be if I was, have had children with him or whatever. I'm going to hold that man accountable. Sis ain't going to never be like, oh yeah, she with him, knowing he don't take care of his kids. Because at the end of the day, man, my mama told me her grandma told her, her mama told her that, when it comes to with these men, granted, it could be all them. It could literally be just all them. But on the outside looking in, they're going to look at the woman first. Oh, she keep a nasty house. And it could be that that nigga just filthy. It could be that that nigga just fucking nasty. But if somebody came over there, they're not going to look at him. They're going to look at you. Because again, we are supposed to be domestic. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what our air quote roles are supposed to be. So, we can't look at these women for wanting to, come up on a bag through a baby or just get with these rappers. I mean, growing up, I just knew that I was gonna be some rapper girlfriend, some baller wife, or something like that. I mean, who didn't want that? I mean, if you didn't want it, that's okay. That's absolutely okay, But I mean, I know as for me in my house, I definitely was just like, oh, I want to marry a football player, a basketball player, or a rapper, entertainer, and all that stuff or whatever. But I mean, I said that also knowing that there possibly would be some infidelity. But I also said that with the possibility of there not being any infidelity. That's just like Jasmine Sullivan. What's that song? Brand New. Jasmine said, if I had a dime for every nigga with a rap dream and the girls that be riding working 2 jobs while the boys stay at home making mixtapes with a don't disturb on a doorknob. Sis was preaching in that song. The song goes on to say basically how, she held her man down, go to his shows, just there for support, like literally supporting him financially, mentally, emotionally, sexually, spiritually, all providing all of his needs. He gets signed and he leave her. He leave sis in the dust after she done did all of that. She said, it's no love when they come up, they get brand new. That's why they say that men go after, like, men be with the people who they need to be with. Men get with the women that they need to be with, and then once that they don't need them no more, they go for after what they really want. And that's also, what we see. And I'm on Twitter a lot, and I read a lot of things, I see a lot of things, I kiki at a lot of things. And I seen this post basically about like colorism, how these rappers, these athletes, these men in entertainment and all that stuff or whatever, how they're before the fame and all that stuff, have their baby mamas and, first wives and all that stuff, they were around the way women. They were those around the way girls. They was the girl next doors. They were, the ones with them shooting in the gym. The woman that they needed. And then the moment that they get that fame, that fortune, and that money start coming in, they start cheating. And then they start cheating with women that looks nothing like their wife. I mean, of course, but they're cheating with these, European, featured women, European women. The features of Europeans, these, air quote exotic. Black women are the original exotic women. So let's just make that clear right now. So we're the original exotic in the foreigns. All right. So don't let nobody tell y'all different. So when these men be pointing out these, European featured women and all that stuff, or the foreign and all that stuff or whatever, don't be, no. But that's what they usually, you don't, if you can point, like, prove me wrong, any man that has definitely in the industry that has cheated on their wife and she looked just like her. We can't. We can't. They're not gonna want to cheat on, the, with the woman that's, got a little, still got a pregnant weight, and that be wearing, them bonnets all day with, them Ugg slippers and all of that stuff. I mean, but men so selfish. Men can be so selfish. Like, you gonna cheat on me with some woman that got her body done when you could pay for me to go get surgery, look like that, if not better, and go heal on a beach in the tropics somewhere. You selfish. Men are selfish. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, but, ladies, I say all that to say, we have to start showing up for ourselves. Like, we literally have to stop showing up for ourselves and stop depending on men for our happiness, for our peace, for our protection, for our comfort, for, our sexual desires. Like, we literally have to stop putting all that on them. Now, this is not for those who are in committed relationships and committed marriages and all that stuff. If you in a committed relationship, in a committed marriage, by all means, pour every daggone thing that you got on that nigga, because he's going to do it to you. He's going to do it to you. But I'm speaking to my single folks. And the ones that who are in relationships, but you still feel that you have to be dependent. You can be dependent on yourself alone, sis. You really can. You really, really can. But show up for yourself. Last week was about pushing through. This week is about showing up for yourself. Show up for yourself for your own happiness. Show up for yourself for your own financial needs, financial gain. Show up for yourself for anything that you would look for somebody else to do now. And ladies, I get it. We need some help sometimes, but be your own help. Be your own help. We cannot look to our right. We can't look to our left. We can't look behind us. We can't look, we look up to God, but we have to look forward and have that tunnel vision and know that we're going to bet on ourselves. We're going to bet on ourselves to do whatever it is that we have to do. I mean, like just yesterday, I had to drop $400 on my car. And I mean, I literally, had brought my car here. I paid $1,000 to get my car here. My car is here. I had to get, an oil change, a tune up. And then I had this, like a manufacturer issue that doesn't have a recall on my car. I had to pay out of pocket to get that fixed. But I knew that that's something that I could not just, pass over. I couldn't do that. I mean, I would love to, but that's showing up for myself. I know that I need my car. And that's another thing, ladies. Stop driving around with every single daggone light on in your car. Start taking care of your stuff little by little. And oil change ain't nothing but $30, sis. There's no reason why you should be driving your car and your gas keep running out. It might be time for an oil change. It might be time for a tune-up. It might be time to go ahead and get your car service and maintenance. That's another thing that needs to be worked into your budget. The same way that y'all can work in your hair, your nails, your toes, your waxes, your facials, your whatever, your massages. The same way that you can work those things into your budget, you need to be working in a car allowance, a maintenance fee. So that when your car or anything happens, you have that money. You're not hurting. You're not feeling like there's a dent. You're not feeling like, stay on top of your shit. That's showing up for yourself by staying on top of your shit. I can't express that enough. And I say that because I had to get to that point. I mean, I'm 31 years old now. I mean, there's no excuses for me anymore. No excuses. There was no excuses for me even back then, but I didn't know better. I didn't have the financial literacy that I have now. Am I still where I'm at? I mean, I'm not where I was. Am I where I want to be? Not hardly. But I am working to getting there. I am putting myself in a position to get there. And that's what I want you to do this week, ladies. Put yourself in a position to get there by showing up for yourself. Showing up for yourself and taking care of your shit. That is showing up. Showing up with a car. Some of y'all too old to be out here still beating your feet. Seriously, ladies. I know some women that still don't have no car. How you not have no car? Now, if you in those places where it's literally like where the public transportation is very widespread and that's like the main way of transporting and traveling, okay, I get it. But you in a place and you still Ubering and you still gotta call people for a ride and all of that stuff, you need to show up for yourself and your priorities. Because they are off, sis. They are off. It's a lot of things that, we could show up for ourselves for just in our everyday lives and just how we handle things in our own lives. It's anything can happen. And we know that anything can happen. Anything out of our control can happen. And, that's where people have, like the anxiety of where they just overthink the unknown or whatever. But we still have to make sure that even within those moments, that we're still able to show up for ourselves and talk ourselves off the ledge. You're fine. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is happening. Everything is working out for your good, for my good. You have to affirm yourself in those moments that everything is going to be okay. You have to affirm yourself that you're going to show up for yourself. Showing up for myself is making sure that when I go outside that I have a car that's running that I could get from point A to point B. Showing up for myself is making sure that my bills are paid in a timely manner. Showing up for myself is making sure that I take some time out for myself to breathe, to meditate, to just have a moment. Showing up for myself is believing in myself to do something that I said that I was going to do today. If I said that I was going to work out, if I said that I was going to, handle this, if I said that I was going to call this person to handle this, that's showing up for yourself. And it's taking care of your business. We have to make sure that we are taking care of our business and not looking for an outsider to do it. The more that you depend on people outside of yourself to do things for you, to make you happy, to show up for you, and you're not showing up for yourselves, that leaves room for disappointment. And you can't be disappointed with anybody else but yourself. Okay? So that's pretty much all I have for you all today. Just show up for yourselves and take care of your business, ladies. Like, attaching yourself to anything outside of you is not the way. You have to be so secure within yourself and know who you are, and know that you're going to always bet on yourself, and know that if you can't depend or count on anybody, that you can depend and count on yourself 100% through and through, that you 10 toes down with it. You understand? All right, ladies. So that's all I got for you all this week. Make sure you all show up for yourselves. Make sure you all push through. Make sure you handle whatever business that it is. Like we're in the wrap up, you guys. 2021 is almost here. I can't say that, I'm expecting, great things to happen, but I'm expecting great things to happen, you all. We're leaving 2020 in the behind, and we're moving forward. All right. Get those plans down, get those goals down, write those long-term goals, and write out the steps that's going to get you there. The short-term goals are the goals that's going to get you to the long-term. So make sure you all got it locked in. I am Tisha the Diva. This is for my ladies, and I'm out. Peace.